our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the midday news on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. We begin talking parliamentary matters where the management of the National Assembly has cautioned aggrieved parliamentary workers against carrying out their planned protest and picketing of the complex as lawmakers resume plenary on Tuesday. The warning follow threat by some members of the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria to embark on industrial action over alleged unresolved welfare and constitutional issues affecting the staff. In a circular issued by the Secretary, Human Resource and Development, Essien Eyo Essien, on behalf of the Clerk to the National Assembly, Kamoru Ogunlana, the management warned that any attempt to disrupt legislative activities would attract severe disciplinary measures. In the meantime, the crisis building up with the Minority Caucus of the House of Representatives has boiled over ahead of tomorrow's resumptions of plenary. Minority Leader Kingsley Chinda of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) from Rivers State, under the threat of removal from a section of minority members, obtained an injunction stopping the leadership of the House and the Minority Caucus from removing him. He is allegedly targeted for removal because of his affiliation with the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike. Let's now head to Borno State, where Governor Babagana Zulum has urged the Nigerian military to sustain operations in border communities to prevent Boko Haram attacks following the withdrawal of Cameroonian troops from Kirawa, a town captured by insurgents in Goza local government area. The governor, who mobilized civilian joint task force fighters and troops to Kirawa after the insurgent invaded the town last week, killing residents and setting houses ablaze, expressed deep concern over the displacement of residents and the disruptions of property. Our correspondent, Uyi Agbomofuegbe, has details of the story.
During an assessment visit, the military about the dangers of leaving the area vulnerable went unheeded. Zulum stated that Kirawa and other border communities such as Wilgo, Baga, Damasak, and Malamfaturi hold strategic importance and must not be abandoned, emphasizing that the insurgents' recent attack has undermined years of stabilization and rebuilding efforts. The governor, however, pledged to strengthen local defense structures by equipping civilian joint task force and vigilante groups, revealing that the state government is exploring modern technological tools to enhance security. Uyi Agbomofuegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you to Uyi for that report. We now turn our attention to education, where teachers across Nigeria have renewed calls for improved welfare, better working conditions, and the full implementation of the 65-year retirement age policy as the nation joins the rest of the world to mark the 2025 World Teachers' Day. At the various events held nationwide, teachers' unions and education stakeholders decried the slow pace of policy implementation, poor remuneration, and inadequate teaching facilities, which they said continued to undermine the quality of education. They urged the federal and state government to prioritize teachers' welfare and ensure that promises made to education sectors are fulfilled. And on to security matters, where the Nigerian Army says bandits terrorist communities in Kwara State were given a bloody news by troops, denying reports that they were overrun. It's noted that 148th Battalion Rare that is conducting clearance operations across Kogi and Kwara State have continued to record significant success against the criminals. The clarification comes amidst recent report on social media alleging that bandits overran troops in Kwara and seized weapons and ammunition. Now, a faction of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Edo State, loyal to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, has elected executives in the state headed by Nosa Ogiva. The new factional executive was elected at a congress in Benin City, Edo State capital. 576 delegates from the 192 wards participated in the election. And on to weather matters, where the Nigerian Meteorological Agency NIMET has predicted rainy and thunder weather conditions across Nigeria from Monday to Wednesday. NIMET's weather outlook released in Abuja envisaged thunderstorms with moderate rainfall over parts of Jigawa, Zamfara, Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi, Yobe, and Katsina in the northern states on Monday morning. The agency predicted rains in Kebbi, Adamawa, and Taraba later in the day. It was a day of joy, laughter, and colorful celebration as family, friends, and well-wishers gathered to mark the 6th birthday of adorable twins, Bubu and Amanda, two shining stars whose charm and cheerfulness lit up the entire occasion. Our correspondent, Samuel Odi, reports.
The event, held in grand style, was filled with fun activities, games, music, and dance, creating a cheerful atmosphere befitting the young celebrants. The mother of the celebrants recalled the journey for the past 6 years that is filled with joy and promotion ever since she gave birth to her twin girls.
I have never had any difficulties. I've never lacked nothing. Since I bore the children, it has been from one success to another, from one elevation to another, from 2 rooms to duplex. It has been marvelous, from one contract to another. Oh my word, the children are just a blessing to me.
From dazzling decoration to lively performances, every moment reflects love and unity within the family.
A great joy that we are celebrating them today, and we thank God for many more years ahead.
I wish them good long life, good health, God's wisdom, and every good thing of life. I pray that God will guide them through.
Apostle James prayed for the continued guidance and success for Bubu and Amanda, wishing them a brighter future filled with endless joy and prosperity.
I wish them every good thing I can wish my children. Good health, she will soar higher than her parents. In fact, long life, no sickness.
Guests were treated to an array of delicious meals as children and adults alike joined in celebrating the milestone of Bubu and Amanda, a day that is symbolized with growth, joy, and in the hearts of all who attended. Samuel Odi for Global Television News.
You are watching the live broadcast of the Midday News. When the Midday News returns, Dangote begins construction of $2.5 billion fertilizer plant in Ethiopia. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Back from that break, if you're just tuning in, this is the live broadcast of the Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Mukhtar Kasim. And now to business news. The president and chief executive of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has led the groundbreaking of a $2.5 billion fertilizer plant in Gode, Ethiopia. A statement by the Dangote Group said the project is a partnership between the group and Ethiopian Investment Holdings, with a production capacity of 3 million metric tons of urea annually. Is expected to become one of the world's largest fertilizer complexes. Located in Ethiopia's southeast region, it is expected to leverage the country's abundant natural gas resources from the Hilal and Kilib reserve. His stance, delivered at the State Secretariat, has triggered the intervention of the Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development. Our correspondent in Imo State, Amarachi Ibe, has details.
The Imo State Commissioner for Mines and Industry says Governor Hope Uzodinma's administration will not watch Owerri sink under the weight of illegal mining activities. Backed by the Commissioner for Environment, the message was clear: enough is enough.
The government and good people of Imo State can no longer fold their arms and allow the indiscriminate devastation of our capital territory, degraded to the point of collapse.
And we call on rescue, because if they continue with this, Imo State will be eroded very soon.
Joining the call, the Federal Controller of Environment Southeast, Obon warned that violators of environmental laws would face stiff legal action.
Before you get to mining any site, you must carry out environmental impact assessment. How is the environment, and when we are going to mine, how will it be before you leave it? So I want to get the names of those miners, the companies, because I will drag them to court. I'll give you.
The chairman of the Miners Association, Prince Ugochukwu Onyenwenwa, made decision, pledging that genuine miners will abide by the directives.
What I'm trying to say here is this: anything good, anything that will help the environment, that will help the miners, please don't see the miners as irresponsible. We are responsible. However, there are some unscrupulous miners that are moving along to cause chaos in Imo State.
The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Lake, who was represented by a director in the ministry, Ganiu Iman, announced the suspension of mining at all affected sites, stressing that such activities cannot continue in the heart of a state capital.
When you look at all this, we are going to pronounce of suspension of work in areas. And
government at both state and federal level, speaking in one voice, Owerri may finally see an end to years of devastation caused by illegal...
News making rounds on the international scene, where the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, has accepted Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu's resignation just hours after unveiling his cabinet, plunging the European nation further into political deadlock. Macron named Lecornu, a former defense minister, to the post last month. However, the largely unchanged cabinet he unveiled later on Sunday to work with Lecornu sparked fierce criticism across the political spectrum. Thousands of people have marched through the central Dublin and rallied outside the Irish Parliament to mark what organizers termed 2 years of genocide in Gaza. Speakers called on Israel to release participants in the Global Simud Flotilla, which was intercepted earlier this week, while the opposition politicians also took part in demonstrations. Uyi Agwanifuebe brings us the details.
Some 70,000 people took to the streets in Barcelona, according to the police, while the government in Madrid said nearly marched through the center of the Irish capital, Dublin, to take part in the demonstrations, all of them making clear their demands.
Here to do the bare minimum show a little bit of solidarity with Gazans in a war zone who've been starved and bombed for 2 years by a country that's supported by the majority of Western states, despite an attempt at sanctions by the UN that are blocked by the veto of the Security Council by America, and despite millions and billions of people watching this happen live screen on their phones every day.
I came here to demand that our government take action to stop the genocide in Palestine. I work as a healthcare worker, and healthcare has been destroyed in Gaza. Our healthcare worker colleagues are working in unimaginable conditions.
This senior citizen looks beyond the 2-year crisis.
That this has been allowed to continue, a genocide live streamed for 2 years. There's this peace plan that we're meant to give blind faith to, and there's been a global Simud Flotilla, which was where 350 odd people were kidnapped and are now imprisoned in Israel, and they're undergoing the kind of treatment, getting a small taste for us, people like me, of what Palestinians have been put through in Gaza for not just 2 years, not just a decade, but since 1948.
In London, however, Prime Minister Keir Starmer had urged protesters to stay home this past weekend after a deadly synagogue attack on Thursday. Uyi Agbomofuegbe reporting for Global TV News.
And now On to the world of sport, where Hull City coach Serge Jakubovic has expressed hope that Super Eagles defender Sami Ajayi will gain valuable match fitness during the international window as Nigeria look to reignite their 2026 World Cup qualifying campaign. Ajayi is expected to join the Super Eagles camp today ahead of the crucial qualifying against Lesotho and Benin Republic. The 31-year-old centre-back recently returned to action after being sidelined for over a month with a hamstring injury. Still talking sport, Manchester City midfielder Rodri will not join the Spanish national team after sustaining a muscle injury on Sunday. While the injury is not considered serious, it is a precautionary measure. According to a post by Fabrizio Romano on Monday, the Spanish international said he is feeling better, but no risk within the national team. Hopefully he will be available in 2 weeks for the Everton game. And that's it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global Television NG. I am Mukhtar Kasim, saying a very big thank you for watching.